one or two minutes to say. I'm very, very happy that this is an important workshop to get an understanding about how we should go about popularizing science, and particularly in a country like India. As I think a couple of speakers have already raised, a lot of research is going on all over the country, and we have seen the key word today in terms of is innovation and invention. There is a lot of innovation and innovation taking place all over the world, and also particularly in this country. And all the innovation and invention which is taking place in the field of science, technology, agriculture, or any other kind of research which is taking place in India is meant for people. And when we are talking about people, the context of India itself is very, very complex and challenging. It is challenging because we are a multilingual country. We have a lot of illiteracy in this country. Unfortunately, even after 75 years of freedom and democracy, 25 to 25% of the people are illiterate. And for that, again, it's important they need to know what's happening in the scientific labs all over the country. So the role of the media is to create awareness about all the scientific innovations which is taking place in this country. And media plays a very important role. The reach of media is very, very wide. There are almost, if we are talking about electronic media, there are closer to 1,000 television channels in India. The estimates are in the next 5 years, India will have another 500 television channels. Newspapers are growing. There are regional newspapers, there are wall newspapers, there are small newspapers, etc. So in view of the complex kind of an audience which you have in this country, 140 crore population, and all the invention, innovation which is taking place in these labs has to be percolated, has to be disseminated to the people. The scientific developments which are taking place ultimately for development of people, to bring about emancipation among people. Emancipation would mean when they are aware, they are in a position to use modern science and modern technology. And particularly science communication becomes very, very significant for a country like India. We have a lot of superstition in this country. Science talks about scientific mind, scientific temper, logic, reasoning, rationality of mind. And how do we go about communicating with these people who believe in outdated values, who believe in superstition, becomes a challenge. That is the context of India when you look at. Very, very few countries in the world have got that kind of a context of challenge. They are multilingual, they are multi-religious, there's rural-urban divide. There are several marginalized sections in this country. All of them, information is important. And information is power. Knowledge, power. And that kind of a context, when we organize these kind of workshops, I'm sure we get an understanding. Journalists will become much more knowledgeable, because you need to have understanding, you need to have knowledge to write in a very, very simple style, because we are communicating with masses, we are communicating with people. That is where these kind of workshops, training will help. I hope the organizers will try to take some kind of an interest to see that in view of the diversity of audience who come from all over the country, that many of the presentations are in English, so that they are in a position to understand better and participate in this workshop meaningfully. I thank all of you for giving me this opportunity. Let's hoping that we will have today delightful workshop. We go back with knowledge and information, and we go back with the kind of skills which I have learned here in terms of popularizing science through mass media. Thank you very much.